In this video, we're ready to move on to step 3 of the iTree Canopy configuration process, and that's setting your iTree Canopy benefit values and your regional settings. But before you do that, you want to make sure that you have your boundary that you set up in configuration step 1 and these cover classes that you set up in configuration step 2 completely correct. Once you continue on past this point, you can't go back and change these values. You can edit what they mean, but you can't add or remove classes. And you definitely can't change the boundaries in any way once you start collecting data. So you want to make sure that everything here is correct before continuing. So now here's where we get to our regional settings. It's really important to note here, this is mostly related to getting the benefit estimates for air pollution, hydrology, stormwater treatment, and carbon storage and sequestration estimates for your tree canopy cover. All of these benefit numbers are based on US data. So if you're working outside the US, you may want to ignore anything that has a removal rate or a benefit value, monetary value, because they may not be relevant where you are. You could try to select a US county location that's similar to your location, but that's pretty tricky because you want to select things where the weather is comparable, where the number of people, the human population, and their age distribution is comparable, and where things like air pollution are comparable. So it gets really tricky to do and get it accurate. But if you're within the United States, you definitely want to drill down and select as close to your location as you can. So for my project, I'm working in Philadelphia. So first thing I'm going to do is expand that United States and uncheck United States. You'll see it unchecks everything. Before that, it was essentially averaging all the areas in the US. Most of the time, that's going to give me an underestimate because it includes a lot of rural areas, and I'm working in an urban area. So I'm going to go ahead and expand Pennsylvania, and these all go down to the county level. So I'm going to select Philadelphia County, and I'm going to select the whole county because the city boundaries match the county boundaries. If you were just doing urban areas within a county, maybe you have a smaller municipality, but it's urban within a larger county, you would want to make sure you check that urban area. Rural areas are typically going to give you lower benefits for reasons like you have fewer people breathing the cleaner air, you have less trees covering impervious surface, so you're getting less stormwater benefits. So that's how you drill down to your county. You always want to do that if at all possible. You can select multiple counties. So if I was doing a project across multiple counties, I could do that as well. You can go ahead if you're working outside the US. Again, I gave you that warning about using these numbers outside the US, but you could change the currency value to your local values. You can change between English and metric units here. You can also edit any of these removal rates or monetary values. So if you are working internationally and you have something like a local carbon storage rate per acre or hectare of canopy cover, you could use your own rates. You can put in your own carbon prices. So there are ways to localize it, but you would need to have that data. And you can see there's hydrology benefits, air pollution benefits, and carbon benefits. All of this can be edited. You can just double click on whatever you want to edit or highlight a row and click on this update button down here. And that would allow you to update these benefits. You can also see you've got more decimal places here if you need very precise removal rate information. So that's how you set up configuration step 3 of iTree Canopy. And next, you're ready to begin collecting data.